First thing I want to do is move our coordinate system to the front face. Next, we need to rotate the part so it's like it's in the machine. We rotate around the y-axis, -90. And we're going to select all lines and arcs so we don't get the subspindle coordinates in there. We're going to use the subspindle coordinates. If you had a subspindle, of course, you could transfer the part over. But if you have one spindle, you just flip the part, and that would be considered a subcoordinate operation. Next, I'm going to get rid of our border lines. First thing I might do is face the part. So we go to work step. That's where all of our operations are stored. Anything in heavy yellow region would represent rough material. So we're going to use a face profile. And you can pick a tool from a library. You can create your own libraries. You can create your own tools. Or you can change all the values for a tool on the fly. And I could modify the tool in the library so it uses tool number 1, offset 1 every time I select the tool. Now let's say, what is an engage angle? Click on the field and the graphics will update for you. So it kind of keeps you from getting lost. Our X index, we want to go 15 inches. Our OD is 9 3/4. The back side of our part is 7 1/4. So we're just going to kind of keep that mentally in our minds. And we're going to go make a path. We need to tell it what we're facing. Are we facing the back side? We facing the front side. So I'm going to use a linear move. The Z is at 0, X at 10, and then we go to X0. There's our linear move for our face operation. And verify. Now let's say I wanted to take a rough pass and a finished pass. We have what you call total stock. You can see we're adding stock to the curve. So let's say we add 25 thousandths, and the depth that I'm going to cut is 15 thousandths, leaving something for a finished pass. Zoom in on it. There's your 2 passes. Now we're going to set up our stock for simulation. Length is 7 1/4. Diameter is 9 3/4. We'll hide the stock after we create it. So you get a flash of red. That was our boundary. Now we're going to rough all the material in through here. We'll leave a finish allowance. Our depth of cut will go 1/4 inch. We'll use constant surface feed, and we'll use the same tool. Now I have to tell it the path, what we're machining. I'll use curve arc move. It's for lines and arcs. Now we'll come straight over here. Now I want to go back to 7 1/4, so we'll go -7.25. That'll give us our rough OD. Now I have 10 inches, so I want to take a pass across the entire OD. So you have stock boundaries. We'll switch it into manual because it was looking at the curve, the length of the curve, the OD of the curve. So we're going to manually change that OD, the outside diameter, to 10 inches. Now we'll remove the 10,000ths for finish. So we'll go back to work step, new profile. Remove our finish allowances. The engage angle. So if this is my path, I want to come on to the part straight on, so my engage angle will be 0. I want the tool on the right side. If I start my path here and I'm walking my way around the part, I want the tool on the right side. We need to copy the path. We're copying this one, so I don't have to chain it all over again. And this is what we have so far. Now we need to work on the grooves. I can change values on the fly. I'm going to use the library and see if I can grab a grooving tool that would work. We'll increase our depth for that tool. We have a lift off, so we're not dragging the tool up the wall as we wrap it out. Step over, we'll say 80%. If it was 100%, the radius of the grooving tool would leave a little cusp in the bottom. Now we create our path, what we're going to groove. Now we don't want to feed across the OD that we just finished, so we're going to use a rapid move to the start of the next groove. And we'll rapid out to here when we're done. You can tell it where you want the tool to go at all times. Now I could do a solid preview. Turn 3/4 off. 3/4 works great for bores. So there you have a full render. Now we have all the front operations, so we can go right to post. You can pick from a variety of post processors in EasyCAM's library. Under your 1-year support and maintenance, we will modify any post. We can create posts from scratch for you. We do have canned output like G71, G72. So now we'll do the backside. I'm going to deactivate these work steps. They're done. We've programmed and we've created G-code for them. So now we're going to drill our hole. If I put my cursor here, it's a 2-inch diameter. So we go to drill. The length of our part was 7 1/4, so our depth, let's go 9 inches deep. We won't peck, so I'll leave it at 80 inches. Now we'll change the included angle to 118. Now I didn't set the tool number for the groove, So I'm just going to go down here into our spreadsheet, and if I look at our tool number, that should be tool number 2, offset 2. Our drill will be tool 3, offset 3. If I wanted to activate it, I could just go in activate work step, so you can get a better reading on it. Any of the values here can be changed. It gives you a time for each operation, and there will be a total time. Now back to our drill cycle, we want to change our master coordinate system to subspindle. We need to tell it the path where we're drilling. We're drilling it from this side. So again, the subspindle, if you had 2 spindles, then subspindle makes sense. If you have 1 spindle, subspindle really represents just turning the part around in the chuck. So next we're going to do our bore. Now you have a save as default button here, so you don't have to keep modifying the values. We're going to leave a finish allowance on our bore. Now I used constant surface feet on the drill, so just simply click on the operation, turn the constant surface feet off, and set your RPM. Back to the bore. So you can see you can switch back conveniently as well. Now we tell it our path. Now we'll finish the bore. That'll be a profile. And this time we want the tool on the left. Subspindle. And verify. Oh, we need to copy the path. I think I did that before. Now we'll do a facing operation here, a rough face, to remove the material. Go back to tool 1. Show you how to set that so I don't have to change it every time. Go into the library and change that to tool 1 offset 1. Close. It asks you to save the changes, and yes. And we'll do a finish profile. Copy our path. our backside is complete. And that concludes this video. You can reach us at 508-347-3222, or you can email sales@easycam.com. So sales@easycam.com. Thank you.